So how about this, guys? We have the F-name storm that has just been announced. That happened yesterday, late in the evening. Our next name has come together in the Atlantic Basin, and I'm going to give it a whirl. Fernand, right?
I think it's Fernand.
Fernand.
Fernand?
Right?
I thought it was Farquhar. No?
Lord Farquaad, that's what it is.
Okay.
Fernand, I believe is how you pronounce it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna say Fernand.
Yes,
I think it's
yes.
Fernand, but it's supposed to be French, so it's Fernand is
There
how
you
it is.
go.
But
It's a fun
either way,
tool.
guys.
I like that.
So here it is. It's the sixth-name storm of this hurricane season, and here's the thing. It is going to be a fish storm for the most part. We will do a deep dive into 99L in just a little bit because, again, that one's going to get really tricky and real interesting in the next 7 to 10 days, possibly. But for right now, jumping into Fernand, it's just southeast of Bermuda by about 300 miles or so. And you can see kind of a disorganized cluster of showers and thunderstorms swirling around a relative center of circulation right here. And the good news is that this thing is heading toward the north and toward the east. So away from the United States, it's also moving away from Bermuda. With that being said, though, the government of Bermuda is concerned for not just some higher waves and rough surf, but also for undertows and rip currents. So friends and family that might be vacationing to Bermuda, just be on the lookout for that because that's going to certainly be an issue. The Saharan dust, usually that, if you have a bunch of dust in there, it kind of helps us snuff out the growth and development of tropical systems. Not so much in the way there. There's a little bubble of moisture that's also surrounding the center of circulation. So honest to goodness, all signs on this specific tropical storms are go for continued not just development, but perhaps even a little bit of strengthening. We're not expecting this thing to rapidly intensify, but I think we could see a high-end tropical storm. I don't know if we get quite to hurricane status, but of course our hurricane hunters are going to be doing a deep dive into the system. They took off about an hour ago. They're going to be in there within the next hour or so doing some big-time ops in there. Here's what the forecast projected path looks like. And again, by the time we get to tomorrow evening into Tuesday morning, only about, 60 mile per hour winds. So again, a higher end tropical storm, not necessarily a hurricane, not expecting at this time for this to become a hurricane, which is good news. And Haley, I'll bring you into the conversation here in just a second. And what you'll notice is I think the Canadian Maritimes, so friends and family up toward, Nova Scotia, if you've ever been to Prince Edward Island, up that way, I think you may see a little bit more surf and chop up this way.
Right.
But other than that, I think that this is not really going to be the biggest issue for any land masses.
Right. I mean, this is also coming right off the heels of Erin. And
Right.
so likely a lot of folks on the Outer Banks of North Carolina are wondering, okay, what's it going to do to us? But you have to keep in mind, this is traveling probably close to 1,000 miles off towards the east of the Outer Banks. So a much further play than, let's say, Erin was. So for the U.S. impacts, literally looking like nothing, potentially a little bit of some wave jostling for northern New England Outer Banks. You're free and clear of this. The only area where we could be monitoring for some rougher swells would then be Bermuda. We don't have any tropical alerts or anything out for this yet. I don't necessarily think that that is 100% a guarantee just based upon this overall track. It does seem like it is going to be pulling off to the east of Bermuda as well. So another just thing to put that into context. But definitely some high surf is probably the biggest expectation we would have with Fernand.
Yeah, and you look at the distance. Again, the center of circulation, give or take 300 miles or so toward its south and east. So it's going to be a close pass, relatively speaking, when you look at the whole length and width of the Atlantic Ocean. But either way, we're going to keep a close eye on it.